Every single morning, tens of millions of seniors across America swallow a vitamin they have been told is essential for their health. It sits next to the breakfast plate. It comes in a bright orange bottle. And for decades, doctors, nutritionists, and health organizations have recommended it without hesitation. New research is telling a very different story. I am Dr. James, and today I am going to show you the one vitamin that recent clinical studies have linked to increased risk of heart disease, kidney stones, and accelerated cognitive decline in seniors over 60, when taken in the form and dose that most people are currently taking it. I am also going to show you the 2 simple changes that make this vitamin safe and genuinely beneficial again. Stay until the end because number 1 mistake most seniors make with this vitamin is one that almost nobody talks about. Everything I share today is based on research published in the New England Journal of Medicine, JAMA Cardiology, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and the National Institutes of Health Office of Dietary Supplements. These are not fringe findings. These are large-scale clinical trials and meta-analyses involving hundreds of thousands of participants, and the conclusions are ones that every senior taking a daily supplement needs to understand. Before we start, tell me in the comments, do you take a daily vitamin or supplement? Which ones? And how long have you been taking them? I read every single comment, and your answers directly shape what I cover in future videos. Segment 1. The vitamin I am talking about is calcium. Specifically, calcium in isolated supplement form, the kind that comes in tablets, chews, and capsules sold in every pharmacy, grocery store, and big box retailer in America. Now, before you stop watching, I want to be very clear about something. Calcium itself is not the enemy. Your body genuinely needs calcium. It is essential for bone density, muscle function, nerve signaling, and heart rhythm. The problem is not calcium. The problem is taking it in isolated supplement form, separated from the nutrients your body needs to direct it properly, and taking it in doses that exceed what your body can safely handle at one time. And the consequences of getting this wrong, according to recent research, are serious. Let me give you the studies directly. In 2019, a major analysis published in JAMA Cardiology examined data from 10 separate clinical trials involving over 26,000 participants. The conclusion was striking. Supplemental calcium, calcium taken in pill form rather than obtained through food, was associated with a significantly increased risk of cardiovascular events, including heart attack and stroke, particularly in adults over 60. The reason comes down to what happens when calcium floods the bloodstream in a concentrated dose, which is exactly what happens when you swallow a calcium supplement. Unlike the calcium in food, which enters the bloodstream gradually alongside magnesium, vitamin K2, and other cofactors that help direct it into bones and teeth where it belongs, supplemental calcium arrives all at once. And without proper direction, excess calcium can deposit in arterial walls and soft tissues, a process called arterial calcification, rather than going where it is needed. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that postmenopausal women who took calcium supplements had a 22% higher rate of arterial calcification compared to women who got equivalent amounts of calcium from food sources alone. Beyond cardiovascular risk, the National Institutes of Health has published data showing that high-dose calcium supplementation, particularly doses above 1,000 milligrams per day, significantly increases the risk of kidney stones in older adults. And a growing body of research suggests that chronically elevated calcium levels in the blood, a condition called hypercalcemia that can result from excessive supplementation, may contribute to cognitive symptoms including confusion, memory problems, and fatigue, symptoms that look remarkably similar to early dementia. Segment 3. Here is where the story becomes hopeful, because calcium supplementation is not inherently dangerous. It becomes dangerous when it is taken without the 2 cofactors that tell your body what to do with it. The first cofactor is vitamin K2. This is not the same as vitamin K1, which is involved in blood clotting. Vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form, activates a protein called osteocalcin that pulls calcium out of the bloodstream and deposits it directly into bone tissue where it belongs. Without adequate K2, calcium has no guidance system. It circulates and deposits wherever it lands, including in arterial walls. Most calcium supplements on pharmacy shelves contain no K2 whatsoever, And most seniors taking calcium are also not getting adequate K2 from their diet because the primary food sources, natto, a fermented soybean product, aged cheeses, and grass-fed dairy, are not common in the average American diet. The research on K2 and arterial calcification is compelling. A landmark study published in Thrombosis and Haemostasis followed 4,807 Dutch adults for 7 years and found that those with the highest intake of vitamin K2 had a 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease and significantly less arterial calcification than those with the lowest intake. The effect was specific to K2. Vitamin K1 showed no such benefit on cardiovascular outcomes. The second cofactor is magnesium. Magnesium and calcium work in direct opposition in the body. Calcium contracts muscles and constricts blood vessels. Magnesium relaxes them. For calcium to be metabolized properly and for vitamin D to be activated so it can assist calcium absorption, magnesium must be present in adequate amounts. Without magnesium, calcium supplementation becomes even more likely to produce the arterial and soft tissue deposits that drive cardiovascular risk. Segment 4. Beyond cofactors, dose timing is the other critical issue. Your body can only absorb approximately 500 milligrams of calcium at one time. Any calcium consumed beyond that in a single dose is not absorbed into bone. It enters the bloodstream without being utilized and must either be excreted by the kidneys, increasing kidney stone risk, or it deposits in soft tissues. Many seniors are taking 1,000 or even 1,200 milligram calcium supplements in a single dose. They believe that taking more calcium means stronger bones. The research does not support this. It suggests the opposite. Larger single doses increase cardiovascular and kidney risk without providing proportionally greater bone benefit. If calcium supplementation is genuinely necessary based on your individual blood work and dietary assessment, the safest approach, according to current research, is no more than 500 milligrams per dose, taken with food, alongside vitamin K2 in the MK7 form and adequate magnesium. And the safest source of calcium is always food: dairy, leafy greens, sardines with bones, and fortified foods, where it comes naturally packaged with the cofactors your body needs to use it properly. Segment 5. Here are the food sources that provide calcium in the most bioavailable form your body recognizes without any of the cardiovascular or kidney risks associated with isolated supplementation. Plain, full-fat yogurt provides approximately 300 milligrams of calcium per cup, along with magnesium, potassium, and beneficial bacteria that enhance absorption. Sardines with bones, one of the most nutrient-dense foods available, provide nearly 350 milligrams of highly absorbable calcium per serving alongside vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. Cooked kale provides 180 milligrams per cup with a very high absorption rate. And aged cheeses like Parmesan and cheddar provide not only calcium, but natural vitamin K2, exactly the cofactor that directs calcium into bones rather than arteries. 2 servings of dairy, 1 serving of leafy greens, and occasional sardines will meet the calcium needs of most seniors over 60 without any supplementation at all. If this is changing how you think about the supplements on your shelf right now, hit that like button and share this with someone who takes a daily calcium supplement. You may be helping them avoid a serious problem they never knew existed. Now, the single most important thing to do with this information is coming up right now. Segment 6. Here is exactly what to do. First, check your current calcium supplement dose. If it is above 500 milligrams, speak with your doctor about whether the dose is appropriate based on your actual dietary calcium intake and blood work. Second, check whether your supplement contains vitamin K2 in the MK7 form. If it does not, ask your doctor whether adding K2 is appropriate for you. Standard dosing in research is 90 to 180 micrograms of MK7 daily. Third, ask your doctor to check your blood calcium level at your next visit. A simple blood test called a serum calcium panel will show whether your levels are within a safe range or whether supplementation has been pushing them higher than they should be. And fourth, begin shifting your calcium source toward food wherever possible. The research is consistent on this point. Food-sourced calcium is safer, better absorbed, and comes with the natural cofactors that supplemental calcium almost never does. The goal today was not to frighten you away from calcium. The goal was to make sure you are getting it in the form that your body can actually use safely. Check your supplement, check the dose, ask about K2, and shift toward food sources wherever you can. If this video helped you, please share it with someone who takes a daily calcium supplement. And leave me a comment telling me which supplement you are going to check tonight. I read every single one. I am Dr. James. Stay sharp. I will see you in the next one.